Have you ever wondered if Rem, that seemingly sweet and devoted character from rezero, carries such a colossal power that it surpasses everything we imagine about the most hyped anime heroes? It's like when someone defends lower taxes in politics and everyone's caught off guard, unsure whether to applaud the boldness or panic over the broken expectations in the end. We realize that just questioning the game's rules can unlock enormous strength. Rem is often seen only as the warrior maid, who clings tooth and nail to Subaru, but if you look more closely, you'll notice that her unwavering loyalty comes from an inner flame capable of challenging any boundary. It's almost like folks on the right wing talking about freedom of speech, unafraid to speak up and say people deserve to voice their minds, even if it annoys some. While most of Generation Z is busy chasing likes and public opinions, Rem takes a more intense path. She unconditionally believes in Subaru's potential, kinda like someone placing faith in the idea that fewer taxes might pave the way for greater prosperity. Though it may not seem so, this genuine loyalty is what unleashes her bravery, acting as the fuel for her overwhelming strength. If each blow of her morning star is a testament to love and determination, then every fight is practically a silent vote in favor of individual autonomy, similar to those who defend total freedom of opinion with no patience for niceties or censorship. But like any epic journey, Rem's story has multiple layers that go beyond romantic enchantment. There's a load of guilt and redemption she carries from her troubled past with her sister Ram, awakening that raw human side. Rem is afraid to fail, afraid to disappoint those she loves. And it's exactly that fear that turns each battle into something deeply personal, making each victory not just physical but emotional as well. As though she's screaming, "I'm not giving up on who I believe in." In fact, speaking of strong convictions, anyone watching Rem do whatever it takes to save Subaru realizes that it's in this faith that her latent power resides. If we compare it to our reality, it's like believing simpler laws, lower taxes, and more freedom of speech will spark society's creative energy. For Rem, the reward doesn't come from status or fame, but from the certainty that she's doing the right thing. And that right thing is anything but superficial. It involves fighting sinister witches, terrifying monsters, and even her own insecurities to defend what she cherishes. In practice, every showdown reminds us that people can flourish when they're bold enough to take a stand, much like those who adopt a political stance and won't back down in the face of criticism. That's why, when we talk about Rem's true power, we're not just referring to magic or brute strength used to crush enemies. We're talking about a determination growing in silence and exploding at crucial moments. Generosity might look cute, but deep inside that seemingly sweet heart, there's a roaring lion. In the end, what's cool about Rem is that she doesn't try to be perfect. She's just faithful to what she believes in, come what may. And as there are people willing to stand up to needless bureaucracy, so the nation can thrive, she lifts her weapon against colossal threats, if it means protecting those who matter to her. Imagine having someone like that by your side, a pillar that never wavers, who, despite appearing fragile, wields the resolve of 1,000 warriors. Even the witches realized that Rem is no joke. She, who lived in her older sister's shadow, had that awakening moment and discovered that a single act of courage can change the course of everything. If we stop to think, Rem represents the power of faith in a better future. Whether it's with lower taxes or more freedom, or the chance to speak your mind without looking over your shoulder in fear of censorship, this mindset drives her resolve. She won't bow down, but instead raises her weapon, confident she's acting for the good of the ones she loves. In the real world, it's like defending strong ideas and holding firmly to your values even when others mock or question you. No wonder she became so beloved, because when Rem decides to protect someone, she goes all the way. With each strike, she shouts her truth loud and clear, just like those who won't settle for crushing taxes and feel outraged by limited freedom. More than just a show of strength, Rem demonstrates that when you have a pure goal, an unbreakable will, possibilities multiply like a chain reaction. Ultimately, it's not just about protecting Subaru. It symbolizes the strength of an entire community fighting for what's right. For Rem, it's out of love. For us, it might be about freedom of speech, sensible political decisions, and a leaner state, not obsessed with draining taxpayers. But here's the question. Has Riam's potential truly reached its peak? Or is there an even darker power within her, waiting for the perfect moment to surface? So, by now, you've probably caught on that Rom's real power isn't limited to brute force, but also to an unwavering faith in whom she's chosen to protect. And that's a straight kick in the door to those who think loyalty equals weakness. Loyalty, when well placed, turns into genuine power. Almost like the conviction that free enterprise and lower taxes give people the space to grow without restraints. It's a very Generation Z mentality. The kid who takes a hard look at society and questions, ruthlessly, why outdated rules still stand. Can you imagine applying that same perspective to ReZero's world? While some are afraid to confront bigger threats, Rem dives in headfirst and says, "Bring it on, I'm ready." That attitude resembles people who refuse to bow down to censorship and keep speaking their truths, no matter who's bothered, because they fully believe in freedom of speech. Rum's own love story with Subaru shows that it's not just about a cute crush. It's about someone who, from the start, saw genuine value in a guy the rest of the world dismissed as a washed-up nobody. And you can't deny it's similar to those who choose to support certain political proposals that everyone else scorns, thinking it's insane to talk about tax reform and economic freedom. Yet in the end, it's precisely that wild faith that makes the impossible happen. Rem grabs Subaru's hand and moves forward, even when everything seems lost. If we had to sum up her secret power in just a few words, it would be the ability to transform a hopeless situation into hope. After all, no hero's tale is complete without that moment of discovering a hidden strength capable of flipping the script. Just like a society that suddenly realizes how much it can gain by ditching stifling taxes and letting creativity flow freely. Rem isn't just a strong warrior. She's also a symbol of how one determined idea can move mountains. She believes in Subaru and holds tight to that belief without hesitation, even if the entire world says it makes no sense. And if we bring this thinking into real life, a lot of people find it absurd to question high taxes or support right-wing causes. But sometimes it's that exact stubbornness that sparks big changes. Some like it, some don't. But Rem doesn't care, because she's way too focused on protecting who she loves and honoring her own conscience. And, if you think about it, that's what many in Generation Z do nowadays. They chase what they believe in, without asking permission to please everyone. The point is, true power comes from conviction, not just muscle. It's confidence in your mission that fuels every blow she delivers. And remember, Rem shares this link with the witch, adding an even more intense vibe to the story. She deals with supernatural abilities that could corrupt even the most virtuous of hearts. But instead of giving in to fear, she harnesses them to protect those in need. This dark side she holds is almost like a parallel to the destructive power a government can wield if it's used to suppress rather than support the people. It all depends on who holds the reins. In Rome's case, she chose to use that power for good, showing that what really matters is how each person employs the resources they have. The most intriguing thing is that the whole time, while Rome is crushing enemies and challenging demons, all she wants is to save the life of the one she loves. It may look simple, but it's deep. Once you understand that the greatest strength doesn't come from what you have, but from what you believe in, you see why Rem can break down any barrier, even ours. And that's why so many ReZero fans cheer at every one of her appearances. She isn't just a cute character, but a message of perseverance that hits you right in the heart. Still, there's one question that won't leave us alone. If Rem, with her iron will, can rise so high by defending what she believes in? Is there still some hidden layer of power within her that could completely alter everyone's fate?